The opinions in this podcast are all our own.
But the businesses are real chamber members.
It's a chamber chat.
Coming to you from Wahoo, Nebraska. Chamber Chat with Kate
And Kat.
Welcome to Chamber Chat with Kate.
And Kat. I'm Catherine Nygren.
And I'm Kate DeCoste. This podcast is everything Wahoo Chamber of Commerce. So, Kat, it's been a hot minute since we've been in the studio. I actually, when I was like setting up, I was like, am I doing this right?
How do we do this again?
Yeah.
We took a little summer break in there.
I know. And you were the last, your shop was the last business of the week for the chamber, and we didn't do a podcast with you guys. But our business of the week now is Dairy Queen. Wahoo Dairy Queen. And we have Jacob Pokorny in studio.
Hello, guys.
And he brought some ice cream.
I know.
This is one of the top podcast recordings.
I know.
There's ice cream staring at us on the counter.
Yes, and they are the new fall flavors.
The new fall flavors, 3 of the newest ones, the Oreo fudge brownie, caramel java chip, and they're bringing back the French silk pie. There's also 3 other new ones, but they've been around for about a month now, but these are the 3 newest ones that we have.
Okay.
Yum.
Nice. Has people been like, ooh, I want to try, like right away when these came out?
Yes, advertising on TV always brings them in, and then any picture you have in our drive-thru menu, that's what they want.
Oh, yes.
That is the hot flavor until that picture is gone. And then
Really?
it's whatever else is up there. Yes.
Suggestive
Yes.
selling.
Yes.
You want this.
Yeah, I can see that where, if you do go through the drive-thru and I'm like, I don't know what I want. And then there's a picture and and I'm like, ooh,
I want that.
I want that.
That's
Yep.
what it's for, yes.
Yep.
We get a lot of people who are, you can hear them talking amongst themselves.
Oh, sure.
What do I want? And then, they'll scan the board and they see that picture. That's what they go with.
I mean, it's funny to listen to people in the drive-thru. I've never thought of that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to watch what I say in the car.
Yeah.
You hear some stuff.
Yeah, I bet you do. A long time ago, I worked at Starbucks, and one of the ones I worked at Mini, and I worked in one in Omaha, and they had a drive-thru, and they have cameras too, so you could see the people as you could hear, and it was
I don't know if I want to see the people. Yeah. They start getting frustrated with the kids in there. They don't know what they want.
I know.
Right,
That's
right.
me, Eli. Make a decision, and there's a line behind us. I know I've said that.
You get that line a lot. There's people behind us.
Yes.
It's a popular spot.
It is a popular spot.
Do you ever recognize people by their voices?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
By the front of their cars. I can see the front of the car.
Okay.
There's people who order the exact same thing every time they're in there. So once I hear that and I kind of know their voice, like, all right.
Yeah.
You know who it is.
We know who it is.
I got this.
Yes. We can kind of joke around with them, but then you're like, oh, maybe it's not them.
Right. Like,
Or maybe they don't want to be recognized.
They're not responding the way I thought they would. Maybe it's not them.
yeah, that
funny.
would be that thing where you're like, oh yeah, this person you're gonna or oh, oops,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that looked like the front of your car, but
Right.
One good thing about that, you can see them driving through the parking lot with all the windows. So
yeah,
before
yeah.
they
If
get
you're
there,
looking,
yes.
yeah,
That's
you
true.
Can, you can see. Do you have like regulars, like everyday people?
I have a lot of the construction guys.
Oh yeah.
Businesses in town, a handful of people from there. They'll come in every day for lunch. Like
Okay.
$7 meal deal. You can. That's the best deal in town.
Yes,
It is.
You're
a good
almost saving
deal.
money eating that
Right.
instead of bringing lunch.
Right.
Every day. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, I know I've had it. Do you want to tell the listeners what the $7 meal deal includes in
Yeah.
case anybody
$7
hasn't?
meal deal is we have 3 options with that. So there's 3 options right now. There's a normal 2, but it's the 3-piece chicken strip basket, the cheeseburger, and they have the limited time only bacon cheeseburger. With that, you get those 3 items. You get French fries, a drink, and a sundae with it. Yeah, you can't beat that
No.
for $7.
No.
That is a great deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you
Now
can
I'm like,
upgrade that sundae to a Blizzard for $2 if you want to try one of the new fall menu flavors. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a
a
good
good
way to try it. Because then if you're like, I'm not sure, and then if it's a mini, then yeah,
Just add it onto your meal.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good way.
And you're not going to hate it. You're not going to hate it.
No,
No.
You might
There
not
has
be
never
a favorite,
been-
but you're not going to hate it.
Right.
Right.
I say there's never been a Blizzard that I haven't liked. There might be ones that I'm always like, I'm gonna get this, like the Oreo, like the mint, like you know, I'm always like that's my like.
What is your Blizzard order?
That would be the Oreo, the
Oreo
mint Oreo. How is that how you say it?
Mint Oreo. Yeah,
Yeah,
mint Oreo.
that would be the one that I'm like always. That's gonna be my go-to. But then again, though, if I see a photo on the board and I'm like, ooh, they have a new something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that.
And I like what Dairy Queen did about 3 or 4 years ago. They introduce 4 or 5 new flavors every season, but then they advertise one of them each month. So I mean, we have them for the 3 months, and then they kind of promote one of them for the whole month.
They kind of take turns, like
right
spotlighting
now,
each
yeah.
one.
Like right now,
Yeah.
it's the French silk pie and pumpkin pie, I believe. Like those are the two that they're
They're, like-
looking at right now. Yeah.
Sure.
Next month, it'll probably be the caramel Java chip or Oreo fudge
Sure.
brownie. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you how long the special ones last through.
Those will be here until November, I believe. Actually, they introduce a winter menu too, but if we kind of get ahead of it with the flavors, we can kind of keep them in stock for a little bit longer. And
Oh, nice.
So you have a little control over
yes.
what you can offer
I
here
always
in
say I'm
town.
gonna do that with cotton candy every summer because that's a really popular flavor, and then I go to order more of it and it's gone. And
Oh, yeah.
I made this
another one of
promise to all
Eli's
these
favorites.
people, and now I'm a liar. Yeah.
Right? That's
And
another
that was
one
the
of-
first one gone for the summer. It's just that
Was
one.
it?
Yeah,
That's a-
cotton candy is very popular.
Really?
Yeah.
I have tried that one. It is good.
It is very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I like them all. So
My go-to is Georgia mud fudge. That's an old school one. That used to
Okay.
be a menu item years and years
Georgia
and years ago, but we
mud
still have everything
fudge.
to make it. So
Okay.
yeah, that's got brownie
Oh.
pieces, pecans, and chocolate cocoa fudge. Brownie
Okay.
pieces, pecans, and cocoa fudge.
Oh. So if we
Ooh.
ordered a Georgia mud fudge, you'd totally make it?
Yep.
Okay, so my husband makes fun of me every time we go through the drive-through. My order is a chocolate-covered strawberry, and it's not always on the menu.
And that some Dairy Queens consider that a seasonal one, but we have everything to make it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
And so he's driving, right? And he's like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "The chocolate-covered strawberry." He's like, "I don't see it on the board." I'm like, "Just ask for it."
yeah,
It's always this mini like.
like little like if they don't have it.
I
they
know.
don't-
And I'm
yeah.
like, "Just ask," and you always
He's
say
like
yes.
me. If I don't see it on the board, I'm like, I don't want to say it.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, he's totally that. I'm like,
Yeah.
just ask. They probably had the stuff to make
Right.
it.
And if they don't, they'll tell you, and then you'll
Right.
just pick something
Right,
else.
I'll pick something that I see a picture of.
Right.
you know,
Right.
but-
Yeah.
Yep.
Georgia
Yep.
mud fudge.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to try that.
I know
one.
that sounds really good now.
Yeah.
If you like pecans, it's really good. Yeah, like pecan brown or brownies with pecans in them. That's what it tastes like.
Uh huh. Nice. It's like the secret menu.
Yeah. Yeah. The Dairy Queen secret menu.
I know there's TikTok videos of the secret menu out there. I don't know what half of them are, but yeah.
Right.
Right.
They're doing
I
like
say, do you get that where
They,
people are like, because it's because of TikTok?
we get a lot of TikTok blizzards. There was that Harry Potter butterbeer one like 2 years ago. I already forgot what was
Really?
it. It was Butterfinger and vanilla syrup, I think.
Okay.
Oh.
We had a handful of people order that one like that entire summer. Yeah.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because
Somebody
saw
in
it
a
on
Dairy Queen made
TikTok.
it, and they called
Uh-huh.
it that, and yeah, so.
And then
TikTok got a hold of it.
yes.
Yeah.
And then people
Yeah.
see it and they're like, okay.
And then you kind of
understand.
have to. Luckily, you have enough kids working there.
Right.
Pull this up on your phone. 'cause I don't
Right.
understand
Right.
this.
Get your TikTok out.
This person's
Yes.
just making up words. We got to figure it out.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Keeps you young working around.
Yes. Has Dairy Queen always had like seasonal
The
flavors?
seasonal thing is, like I said, they started that 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
Before that, it was always a blizzard of the month. Every month, every first of the month, they'd introduce a new blizzard, and then they'd push that one the entire month, and then it was gone. Sometimes you still had enough product to make it, and
Sure.
sometimes you didn't.
Okay.
But yeah, I think to kind of eliminate the overstock in the warehouses, they started doing this, so they're not stocking all this stuff, and then they're stuck with all of it when you
Right.
run out when you start a new one. each
Right.
month.
Okay.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you kind of plan like 3 months at a time.
Yes.
You're not
Yeah.
like, okay, switch. You can kind of have the stuff
Right. Right.
Yeah.
to get through
Yeah.
a season.
Yeah.
Nice. Good idea.
When did you become the owner?
It'll be 3 years, January 1st.
Okay.
Nice.
But
Nice.
I've worked there for about 22 years.
A long time. I was gonna say I've
So you
always
knew.
like thought of you there, so that's why I was like, I have no idea when the
When this switch happened.
this yeah.
Yeah. And the previous owner and I had that deal worked out about 10 or 12 years ago, and then when he was
Nice.
ready to retire,
That you would
Yep.
yeah.
Nice.
Do you know when the Dairy Queen and Wahoo like was established?
Tom, the previous owner, I'm pretty sure he traced it back to 1952, and it wasn't always in
Okay.
that location. It was about a block that way, and it was just a little walk-up store. I mean,
Yeah.
it was, and the original store is still there. We've just built around it.
Oh, okay.
But when they moved it over here, they put a basement underneath it, and then they
Okay.
added on the dining room, and then I think, I'm not sure when that. I think that all happened in the 80s.
Okay.
That part, but I mean, it was where the old JEO building is now. Is kind of where it was.
Oh.
And we have a
okay.
picture of it in there of
Oh, I'm gonna have to look when I
Yeah.
go in
Yeah,
there.
that's interesting.
two ladies that were the original cashiers and cooks. I mean, they're standing out in front of it. And
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I have one of their granddaughters comes back and has to point that out every time she's in there.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
I can remember as a kid when it was like there were like yellow lights. Like
Yeah, those were still there when I started there.
okay. That's the thing, like what I remember, I mean, I should more remember, I always obviously remember the ice cream, but when I think of it, like the building or whatever, I think of yellow lights.
Yeah, I remember those. Yes, I remember those. I know when I was a kid, the cake decorator at the time had these little cupcakes, which we still have, but she always drew faces on them, and we always called them face cakes.
Oh,
So
sure.
When we went in there, we always wanted to get a face
Face
cake.
cake.
Yeah.
Oh, how
Some
funny.
people had glasses, some people had beards, some people
Yeah,
had curly
I
hair.
kind of
Yeah.
remember those. Yeah. A face cake.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I love that. Well, talking about cakes, I feel like you have made like no other Dairy Queen is doing what you do with cakes.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
I absolutely, and I love that Wahoo surrounding community will share on social media.
Yeah,
I see him
I've
on
noticed that
Facebook all the
too.
time.
I love it
Yeah.
to see like what you've done.
I like when they tag me in that too, because I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see
Yeah.
what people are saying about them too.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is that?
What? Yeah.
And speaking of face cakes, like a couple years ago, my wife's coworker at the probation office, he was leaving, and they were getting him throwing him like a going away party.
Oh, sure.
And like, well, let's put his face on a cake. So we did a caricature
Oh.
version of him, and I drew it on a cake. And ever since then, one other person heard about it, another person heard about it. I did a lot of like cartoon versions of people for yeah.
So that was the start of it.
Yeah.
This caricature
Yeah.
cake, and now it's like
Yeah.
That is so.
So kind of a new face cake, but yeah, people really like those.
Oh,
now,
I
too.
love that. Yeah. I like that. I didn't know you did that.
what's the strangest request you've ever gotten for a custom cake?
I've had,
on the spot.
I get a Cinderella playing volleyball, Olaf playing basketball.
Okay.
This isn't really a strange request, but trying to draw it is not as easy as you think would be a kid shooting trap but riding a horse. Yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, I get a lot of those, and there's a lot of people that know that if we just give him a theme, we'll just let him do whatever he wants with it. And
Yeah.
those are the
Right.
ones that I like. 'Cause,
Yeah.
they
Oh,
kinda give you a little
100%.
bit-
Like
yeah.
as an artist,
Yes,
just let me
yes.
run with it instead
Yes.
of like
Yes.
dictating every single bit.
And even the ones that they have very specific requests, I'll kind of change it a little bit, or they kind of know that we want to give them enough steps to give them an idea of the end result. And
Right.
Sure.
Right. Kind of theme it and then let you
Yeah.
go from there.
Yeah. I love that. So definitely you have the artist side of you. Did you do anything else with that before?
I went to school. I have a degree in graphic design.
Okay.
And I worked at the newspaper here for 20 years.
Okay.
And I mean, I did the graphic design. I laid out pages and all that.
And so you did
Sure.
the cartoons
And
too.
I did the cartoons for
Okay.
7 or 8 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that
Okay.
helped out too. But having a graphic design degree, I think, helps out with cakes because you're taking pictures and text and
Yes.
laying them out to make something neat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to fit it on this cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that would be,
That's-
I mean, I can't draw anything, but like that would be me being like, okay, I got to fit this.
That's
on
another thing, and
this.
it's a circle.
It's a circle.
which
Right.
Right.
Isn't always easy. And then you have some people that, well, we're only having a small party, so I need the
Maybe
small
the small
cake.
version of it. Yeah.
Oh.
The smallest cake you have, but I need this Last Supper scene on there. If you can do that.
And go.
You don't need all of them. Maybe just 5 or 6.
Right, maybe just put Jesus on there. And some like little heads. Table done.
Well, I've had to talk a lot of people into either going to bigger size or we need to change this a little bit.
Right.
It's gel on ice cream. That's another thing that's not easy to do.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Gel on ice cream.
Yeah.
I'm always amazed by, like, we've had some that we've had for family birthdays and going away parties. Like, you did one a couple years ago for me that my dad had. It was like a camera
I remember that one,
and
yes.
stuff, and that was super. Like, I had no idea. And I mean, I was like, holy crap. And then when my brother got the job with the feds, you did like the seal type
Yes, I
thing.
remember
And
that
that
one
was
too.
a long
Yep.
time ago. But
Wow.
and that, I think that's when that was the first time I really realized the whole was like, whoa.
I remember both of those.
Yeah.
Not strange requests, but I don't know. They're
Very
just it's something
custom.
you don't normally put on a cake as a camera. I think I had yours like holding a camera. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
there was
There was
hands.
some
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah. It was fun.
When we had a Dairy Queen switch to a different frosting, but earlier when I first started doing cakes, we had a kind of a moldable frosting where you could actually do shapes
3D
on these.
stuff.
Yeah, you could actually like kind of mold stuff in there. But yes, now you're more drawing than you are molding.
Molding.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just a
Gotcha.
gel.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And there's a frosting on there, which I use mostly just for like the outside. I try
sure.
to use gel in most of mine because you can blend the colors and
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how would one go about ordering one of these cakes? You just walk in and be like, "Hey, I want a Jacob custom cake."
you can do that. You can do. A lot of people call that 402-443-4098, and a lot of my staff knows just get the basic information. I mean, if there's a person, you kind of have to, or if there's a face cake, I want a picture of my mom on here.
Right.
You got to bring me a picture.
Right.
There's enough people in this town that also have my phone number now that I'll get texts from people.
Oh.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a cake. So.
Yes. Yeah.
There's a
I'm getting
random
this
picture.
random
Just a
picture of
random
some
photo.
guy. Yeah. And then there's a message that follows. By the way, I need this on a cake.
Oh.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, you call the store, and if I'm not there, I mean, everybody knows that we can do whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
That they'll just take the info. How long do you need, like, time-wise?
That's another thing. 3 days preferably.
Yeah.
I've had the last minute. Oh my gosh, we forgot about it. I need it later today type stuff. And I don't think I've ever told anybody no. I think there was one time in my 20 years, like they needed something in 3 hours, and I couldn't do it. I
Oh,
could not
sure.
do it.
Sure.
But if you call me in the morning, I don't like to do it.
Right.
Yeah, 3 days, 2 days, kind of cutting it close to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And I
good
don't
to know.
because you're working with freezers and compressors. I mean, stuff goes down. I don't do those cakes till the day that they're due.
Sure.
It just scares me. Like I can't sleep at night thinking.
Right.
Right.
Like I did all these cakes, and I'm gonna go in the morning and like
And
thinking,
Everything is
melted,
gonna
all the
be-
faces are
happened
melted
before.
off.
Oh,
It's- yeah, it's-
well, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I can see that. It's not like that's the thing that, that'd never happen. Like, yeah.
the second you think that, it happens.
Yes. Yes. But at least you can pre-plan that you're doing them. Like, you need to go in a little
Yes,
earlier.
yes.
Or, yeah.
Or at least I
plan
can
your
draw
day
it out
around
on
it.
paper, and then
Have that
That's
idea.
the hardest part is putting it on paper. Putting
Have
it on
your
the cake is
plan.
the easy part. Yeah, once you figure it out, that's yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I would say we definitely have. That's definitely a unique part of our Dairy Queen. I do not see that anywhere.
And I've had
Anywhere
people
else.
from York come. I've had people from Elkhorn, and the
Oh,
one from
wow.
York. I like to know if that one made it because I mean, they're driving back to York. They had a freezer, they had ice,
Yes.
and it was the Chicago Bulls like floor, the gym floor.
Oh
They wanted
wow!
that, and it turned out really neat. But I mean, like, put as much ice as you can in here. I don't know if
Right,
you're gonna make
Right.
it.
Like
Yeah.
load it up.
Right.
Yeah. I've had
And hope for the best.
Yes.
Beatrice. I think I had somebody from Beatrice come, and yeah, they're all over the place.
Wow. Oh wow.
Well, I know I've got some friends from Ord. I'm from Ord, and so every time they come through town, they always stop at this Dairy Queen. They say it's the best of all the Dairy Queens.
We hear that. Yeah, we hear that quite a bit. I had a lady from Pennsylvania. She got a cake. She was in town for a family's birthday or something, and they got a cake with a cat on it.
Okay.
And they told me what kind of cat. They didn't send me a picture. So I did this cat. And she said she was showing pictures of that to people in Pennsylvania, and they were just mind blown.
Blown away. Yeah. Well, because you just don't
It's a talent.
expect that.
you
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
not everybody has a
Well,
graphic
cakes
design.
alone, but then like a Dairy Queen cake, they're like, Dairy Queen cake is just a fast food restaurant. They're not gonna
Right. It's not a
right.
bakery or
Yes,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. Which we're really lucky that we can have a bakery and
And I
Dairy
collaborate with the
Queen.
bakery a lot. Me and her, we talk a
Oh,
lot about
nice.
decorating things and we
Oh,
kinda
that's
help each other
awesome.
out with stuff with that.
oh, that's
That's very
awesome.
cool.
Yeah. Now, do you ever make a cake for yourself or for your kids?
That's how I got started. Was my oldest, who's 17 now, his first 3 birthday or maybe 4 or 5 birthday cakes were something that I was just kind of practicing with airbrush and gel, and it turned out really cool. So we'd put pictures online, and then somebody would kind of see that, and I think that's kind of how it blew up.
Blew up.
And then face cakes, I know my wife, she'll like certain shows. She likes The Office. So for Valentine's Day, I did a picture of Dwight that says,
Nice.
Happy Valentine's Day, false, Happy Tuesday, or whatever it was.
Oh,
Right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And then, there's some other shows, and Prison Mike from The Office. For
Yes.
her birthday, we put him on a cake once. And,
Nice.
I mean, those are some of my favorite ones. Are the I probably shouldn't be saying this. I don't want to get like sued by these people.
Right?
I doubt they're listening to Chamber
You never
Chat.
know.
But
You never know. But yeah, some of the celebrities, and like Taylor Swift is blowing up now, so I do a lot of
yeah.
Taylor Swift cakes.
oh, I
I've seen those
bet.
on Facebook.
Yeah, I bet.
Like I got to find different pictures now because I'm doing the same one on everybody's cake. I'm like,
Right.
I want something else.
right to do something a little different. Yeah, I bet when you do have like people like say Taylor Swift or a show that's like totally just blown up, I bet that's when people are
Yes.
like, I want this.
When Frozen 2 was out, I mean, we did a lot of Elsa cakes.
Yes,
Yeah, we still do a lot of those, but
sure.
it all depends
Sure.
on what's out right now.
Right,
Yeah.
what you're gonna be doing.
What you're practicing up for.
Yeah,
The hospital just got one with that Noah Khan guy. Or Khan?
yeah.
Like they wanted his
Oh.
face on
Season?
a cake.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, I had to Google who this was.
I know,
I'm like,
I was
What's
gonna
he even look like?
I don't
Is
even
this
know if I
person going to
know.
know who this is?
right.
This looks more like my brother than it is this guy. Yeah. But they liked it, so
Sure.
Oh, funny.
that's another. If
That
I can
is
get the grown-ups that come in to pick up the cakes, if I can get them to just kind of really be in awe over it, that's what I mean. The kids are easy to impress. It's the grown-ups that
Right.
if I can
Right.
get them to say something when they pick it up, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because they're the ones that are gonna.
that feedback.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Get the wow from them.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're the ones that are going to tell all their friends. I mean,
Right.
yeah.
Right,
Right.
Kids don't
exactly.
care.
Well,
Yeah.
they might
Right.
tell their friends at school.
Yeah.
But they're not the ones ordering cakes.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
They're not the ones posting it on the.
Social media.
Yeah, for the other parents to see. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what's your favorite food like at Dairy Queen?
You know,
What would your go-to?
I really don't like spicy food, but our flamethrower sandwich, that's got just enough flavor to it where it's not too hot for me. I like that. The flamethrower sandwich, that's my favorite thing.
That one is good.
Yeah, and I eat there a lot, obviously, because I work there. But
Right.
some days I just have a flamethrower. And yeah, that's always a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. I was for a while there. I was like obsessed with that one. Like I was always like, I'm gonna walk over to. I try. Like people are like, you must eat at Dairy Queen every day because you're right there. And I'm like, no. But there was a time where I was just like, oh, that flamethrower. Like it was just
It's a good
It's a
sandwich,
good
yeah.
sandwich, yeah. But I don't let myself go over there because it's like I will be needing to like waddle over there. But but yeah, I remember there was a time where I just was like,
Flamethrower.
I need that. I'm gonna go over to Dairy Queen, and I already know what I'm. I might act like I'm looking to be like,
Right?
I don't know exactly what I'm gonna have, but yeah. What's your favorite meal?
Ooh. I like the 2 for $5.
Yeah, everybody likes that one too.
Oh,
The little snack one and
And
the
you can
pretzel sticks.
rotate it every once in a while too. You don't have to get the same thing every time.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, the pretzel sticks.
yeah,
pretty good.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or cheeseburger.
Those are becoming an after-school specialist. Pretzel sticks after school, you can always guarantee you're going to sell a lot of those.
Really?
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
A little after school snack.
I'd go for it.
Yeah, I would too.
Well, and the 2 for $5 is such a great deal. You know,
Yeah.
you could get a large drink and some pretzel sticks, and it is a,
Yeah,
it is a nice snack.
After school, I mean, you're not hungry enough for supper, and you don't want to ruin that appetite. So yeah, that's perfect.
Right.
Yeah, and
Right.
it's at a price point, high school kids, that's an easy, spend too.
Right.
It's not expensive at all.
Right. Right. Yeah, I was talking about that. It was really not a Dairy Queen thing, but like after school snacks. Like, do you ever like? I always remember going home and eating like food. Like
As soon as you got home.
I had
Yeah.
another friend. She was like, "You would eat," and I was like,
Yes.
"She's like, I would have like maybe some chips," and I was like, "I was eating like a whole bowl of cereal or a whole, like." And she was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Hungry at school.
I know.
All that thinking.
Yeah.
know.
My kids, when they get home, it's the same thing. They'll open up a bag of chips and like, I know you guys are eating at school. 'Cause
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We're paying,
I-
for,
we're
it,
paying
so
for lunch, yeah.
Assuming you're eating at school. You don't just get a tray of food and then throw it away.
Right.
And some of the stuff they do, I mean, I used to love school lunches, and a lot of we get the menu, and it's all stuff I would eat. It looks
Yeah.
good.
Yes, yes. I know. I always would joke about like Crispitos. Like I used to love Crispitos, so I used to always tell my little cousins when they were still in school to be like, "One day I'm just gonna come," and I
Eat a
never did.
Crispito.
But and have school lunch with you.
Did you guys ever have a fiestada?
No,
It was like
Yeah,
that.
fiestadas are still good.
Like that octagonal pizza, like kind of like a Mexican pizza.
Oh,
Yeah, they call them fiestadas.
Oh.
That's another
That
thing. If
was-
I can talk my kids into trying it once, I'm like,
Yes.
I know you're gonna like it.
Right.
Just try
Just
it.
try it.
And sure enough, yeah,
Don't let the
they see
shape scare you
fiestada on
away.
there. Yeah.
right. That's funny.
I think they call it something else now.
I think it's still fiestada. Yeah.
Because I thought we Googled something for the kids. We're like, no, this is what it is. And it was a picture from like, a food supplier. And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what we had
What you
in high
had?
school. Yeah.
And they like the walking taco now too.
Yes.
If that's on there,
Oh,
they'll like
that's
that.
their yeah. That's their go-to. I know that Dairy Queen was not always open year-round. When did that start? And do you have where you are closed at all during the winter?
When I started there, we were closed during the wintertime. And when I was a kid, because I have a birthday in January, so I never got paid.
Oh, that's
So I'm making up for it for
sad.
you guys. I'm doing all these
Right.
cakes for you guys.
yeah.
And then when I started there, we closed for a month, maybe just to pull everything out and just deep clean everything.
Oh, sure.
And then we would close for a week. And then it's like, well, if we're doing a remodel, we'll close for a little bit. And then people are coming in the wintertime, so let's just stay open. And
Right.
We've been open ever since.
Nice.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, when I
Nice.
was a kid, we were closed from October something to June or March something.
Yeah,
Oh,
because I
wow.
remember when it would close,
Mm-hmm.
and then when it would open, you would be like, "It's open."
Yeah, and that was kind of the standard at all Dairy Queens, I think. I mean, you
Sure.
were closed from October, whatever, to March, whatever.
Right,
Yeah.
right. No,
No, ice cream's a year-round thing.
It is. It is.
I eat more in the wintertime than I do in the summertime.
Well, and I
I'm
feel
out
like
doing stuff. and
right.
You don't have time. And
right.
Yeah.
I think I'm the same way, where I feel like and it's like you want comfort foods in the winter, and
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
Yep.
like you're
Some
too
ice
hot to eat in the summer,
Yeah.
unless it's ice cream. But yeah,
There's something where it's too hot for ice cream. If you ask me, I'm like,
Like-
gosh, I almost hate like the soft serve. It just looks like milk by the time
Right.
you get out
Right.
the window. Sun's beating right down on it.
right.
Do your hours change at all during the year?
The school year, because we have a lot of younger staff that are in high school, it's mainly for them. Like we'll close at 9, so they have time to go home, and if they have homework or something, and you know they're not doing homework, they're just staying up late anyway. But,
right,
yeah.
right. But
So I mean, Sunday through Thursday we're open 10 to 9, and then Friday and Saturday we're 10 to 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
It's nice having that like late night option, to grab stuff.
Yeah.
After,
Yeah.
I know, like after concerts and stuff, like we're always down there. This seems to be the hot spot after
Right.
school
Yeah.
events is to go get some ice cream.
And between Newman and Wahoo, yeah, I mean, after concerts or games, I mean, you can guarantee you're going to be pretty busy.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and you've added some seating outside, haven't you? You've got
Yep.
some benches
we did
outside.
a few things this year. The outside seating was a big one. The neon spoons just kind of grab your attention when you're driving by.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I love
and,
them.
right now, they're over there right now. They're re-siding the place.
Oh, nice.
Because
Nice.
the siding it's old. It's dated. So, yeah, we're updating that.
Freshen up.
And then we have a couple things in store for next year. Because I've done a lot of stuff this year already, and some stuff in the kitchen that we've done just for the staff there. But, yeah. So we've
Well,
done some updating.
Nice to like do those updates and do them a little at a time.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
put it in
Yes.
next year's budget.
Yeah.
E-
yes,
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't realize how expensive some of this stuff is until you're
Oh,
the
yeah.
one paying for it. Yeah.
Right. Right. You're like, yes, we'll do all of that
Maybe not.
over time. Yeah.
The checkbook says elsewhere.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, was there anything else that we didn't talk about that you wanted to hit on?
My big thing was cakes, $7 meal deals, and Blizzard flavors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So go in and get those new flavors, the new fall flavors. I always love when it's like fall. Well, it's like fall and winter. That's my favorite, like anything. When I'm like, oh, September
The pumpkin
1st,
flavors
the
are
things
out.
are happy. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when they always bring out the good flavors, if you ask me. The fall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know in closer to Christmas, I know they're doing that peppermint chill one again.
Ooh,
That was good.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was good.
And I'm sure there's always one or two that they kind of they'll have it's limited time seasonal flavor. I'm only allowed to order so much, and then when that's gone,
Okay.
it's gone. I don't know what that is yet. but
Gotcha.
They always kind of sneak one in there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool.
Well, I've been looking at the ones you've brought in. I'm excited to try these after we.
Right?
No one wants to listen to us eat it on mic.
When I brought that, I'm like, yeah, they're gonna be just smacking their mouth.
Mouths, yeah.
That's good.
You're going to get a rush on them.
Right, yeah. Well, thanks so much for taking time to come over and talk to us.
Thank you for
Yeah.
having me. Yes.
As always, thanks for listening, and don't forget
To keep it local, friends.
This has been a Chamber Chat
With Kate.
and Kat.
See you next time.
I wish I can just edit that.
I was gonna say, like, I hope that didn't pick up that sound.
Yeah.
Falls right in my lap.
Ka-clunk.
Yes.
I promise you, he's still here.
Yeah. And gone.